Here we go. The button is pressed. The things are moving. The photons. Amabel. So many photons.
Wow.
Did you know?
I
Here's,
did.
here's this for you. And let's begin today's what do we call it? Tonal dissonance. Tonal war dissonance.
Today's cavalcade of delights.
Cavalcade.
That's what I said.
The L
Isn't
is
that what I
before
said?
the C. You said clade, like
L's before the C.
a biology, yeah.
La cavalcade. Did it.
You did something. I don't know why. I don't know why you're always doing it to me, but you sure did it.
Doing it for you.
Okay, all right.
Doing it with you.
I would like to stick by my original verbiage. Oh, my chat's in the wrong mode. Well, whatever. I'm not looking at the chat right now anyway. I'm playing Mix Olivia. You're in charge of chat for the moment.
Oh boy.
But welcome, VOD folk and such. You know, welcome to the stream, the pre-stream. You know what it is at this point. Welcome to Phase 1, which is the part before the part. Congratulations on having arrived here using your televisual time machine.
Right,
Technology, ain't it grand,
link to
except
the
for
screen.
all of the other times.
We'll get some folks in here to hang out with us while this thing happens.
Listen, we'll still be doing it even if nobody's watching.
And that's why I do most of my things no one watches.
Kitten Arcader is famously always like, you know, we're here to do the thing if you're here to watch. We're not even that discerning. I sure do enjoy some Kitten Arcader though.
Yeah. Kindercater, nice guy.
Yeah, he seems to be. He seems to be an upstanding fellow.
Like,
He was very polite to me when I sent him that like thank you note.
Yeah, and I mean he was very polite. When I reached out to him about doing the little line for that video, which I explained was mostly being done to amuse you, he was like, "Yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna do this." And that kind of enthusiasm is like really charming. And like he could have just said no. I think a lot of people would have said no.
And then called you by the wrong name.
That has happened. Yeah. But not only did he say yes, but he recorded us like a little message and he asked me how to pronounce your name so that he would get it right. And
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
what a sweetie.
So welcome everybody. Howdy.
Hi, Stephanie.
I'm having a tough day mental health wise, so I thought this would be a good pre-stream, just sort of like chill mode.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's gonna be nice when the rain starts.
Yeah. So are you chillaxing or chill maxing? I don't know how the kids.
I am chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. That's how they taught us to do it in my day.
Is that a reference?
It is a reference, yeah. You can tell it has the texture. It had the cadence of a joke. You don't get that reference?
I don't think so.
It's from the title theme from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That is what Will claims that he was doing. He was chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, when those guys ran up on him and just started some shit for no reason and got him sent off to Bel-Air.
Oh, Kat, have I gotten your name wrong? Apologies if that's the case. That doesn't feel great. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's old intel. There has been a change.
Okay,
I apologize. I definitely still.
Okay. Do I need? I mean, I'm checking my Patreon because he's one of my Patreons, and obviously I need to change the name in the credits if that is the case.
I mean, it sounds like she's in the chat. You probably just ask.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, all right. Okay. It should be easy for me to remember Cat with the whole cat in your handle there. They call it a handle, a username. What do you call that thing when you're online? I've always just used my real name, so I don't.
You know, screen name used to be really common for it. I don't know what people say now. Amabel, what do you think of my technique here? Am I ready to go pro?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Okay.
Do you need to add your own music over top of the Mixolumia?
I can't hear the Mixolumia. I can't hear the Mixolumia.
Oh, that's true. I didn't bother to share the thing with you.
That's okay.
I am bad at this job.
You know, I really have no excuse because I've had that correct in my Patreon for a long time now, actually. So I really apologize. We have someone named Apollo in the chat who says, glad I'm able to finally catch one of these streams.
Welcome. We're happy to have you. This is the pre-stream, the part before the part where we're just playing a little thing where we give people a chance to show up so that the live folks can catch the real stream pretty much from the beginning.
And I would have said, let's do.
Also, it's
framed,
a nice calming ritual. So that's the thing. Yeah. Framed is not a calming ritual. Framed is a stressful ritual.
Yeah, you're having a time, so I didn't. And even plan any mischief or fun, embarrassing guessing games for you.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, is this the rain part?
Which is nice because I'm about to lose. It took me a really long time to earn it this time. I still don't know exactly what the mechanics of it are. Oh, there it is. Listen, it's a hard game, but it's still relaxing even when I don't do that well. So that was a little bit of Mixolumia, in case people are not familiar. There are probably some people watching. Some people might be here who are not. Mixolumia, an abstract puzzle game, came out a few years ago. In my opinion, definitely one of like the best games of the last decade. Like, this is in a real like Tetris place for me.
Okay,
If
yeah,
that's not too
I can see
grandiose to
that.
say, I think it's a big deal. I think people should be into it. It's got some nice Mizuguchi-ness with the reactive soundtrack and everything. It's very customizable. What a rad game. Okay, so for today's actual stream, welcome to phase 2, the part where we do the thing. For today's actual stream, I asked Amabel to chip in and do the heavy lifting, or rather, to do a thing that's going to allow me to talk a lot, basically.
Yeah.
So
She didn't like any of my ideas.
let me fire this up.
She was like, Amabel, you have no good stream ideas.
Don't put that evil on me.
I was doing a reference. Did you understand?
Yes, I did, but
Okay.
the people, the folks already, they're already in a position to think I'm mean to you. I don't know if they actually do.
Why?
But they're in position to,
But you're not.
because I'm mean to you.
You're a sweetheart. I don't understand.
We'll see. I don't know. But
like I've often said, you've never put me in a closet and shut the door.
Okay, yeah, that's
That's
true.
the bar for me.
These jokes are dark for the stream, is what I will say.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay, so we're doing this thing. Can you vamp a little while I
Yeah, hey everybody, it's me, Amabel. I'm vamping. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
You're so.
I'm gonna suck the blood.
All right, you've helped me out a little bit in the sense that I feel better about my ability to do this job, at least in comparison.
In the name of Magnus.
So thanks for that.
Oh yeah, I'm really terrible at your job.
A dragon.
Whereas I think you're good at your job and probably would be good at my job. Don't take my job.
No, I definitely couldn't do your job. I'm not.
Emperor.
I'm not organized and grown up enough to do it like a real job. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to ask you to do that thing.
Okay. I kept trying to do it and
Oh yeah, I wasn't. Oh yeah, I see that. I see the request. Okay. All right, I just clicked. I'm gonna click some stuff. I'm gonna click some stuff, but don't do anything yet, because I got to get everything rearranged so that I can still see what's going on. Okay. So we're fixing stuff behind the scenes. Hi everybody. I'm moving into the co-pilot seat here, and Amabel's gonna drive for a little bit of the beginning of a thing.
Yeah.
That is not, for some reason, showing up on... Why is this not working? Sorry. Technical difficulties. It's okay. I have a backup plan. All right. There we go. There's the backup plan. Welcome to... Hey, have you ever heard of this game, Total War Warhammer 3?
Yes.
This is a video game.
I watched you play it.
No one can say that it's not. Here's the deal.
Okay.
All right, you're in control now.
Right. So I'm gonna choose a faction.
You're gonna choose a faction. We're just gonna do like a little bit of the beginning of basically. I want to see you have an excuse to get into a couple of battles and just like push around a little bit of lore here. That we'll talk about Warhammer stuff.
So I have a question about these factions.
Since when in chat says, "Hey, it sounds like some guy is Prince and Emperor."
What?
That's a reference to a guy. You gotta talk into your microphone there, darling.
Oh, hi. Okay. Sorry. Hello.
That was pointed at the back of the mic, which is not where the capsule is.
Yeah. Which of these factions are nice? Or the closest to nice?
The closest to nice, like nice people. Yeah, fantasy. No, fantasy's a little bit less of that thing. Like, geez, I say that, but I'm looking at them and some of the Imperial factions are basically good. The High Elves are basically good guys.
All right, I'm gonna be
the Lizard Men. The Lizard Men are basically good guys.
Oh, Lizard Men. Okay, hang on. So High Elves.
Arguably, the Tomb Kings never did anything to anybody that they didn't have common. Tomb Kings are content to just chill in their part of the world until people showed up and started stealing all their shit.
So the High Elves are recommended as a first campaign, so they are mechanically less complex than the Lizard Men?
Well, some of their campaigns are certainly easier. They have good ranged units, and
All right, so see, Lizard Men are protecting the world from the forces of chaos.
true.
Great plan, geomantic web, blah, blah, blah. Powerful rights, useful boons. Strong melee units, some which are the most powerful magic users, and towering reptilian monsters.
They do have dinosaurs.
Missile units are generally short range and struggle versus armored targets.
Yeah, not good with the ranged
elves.
units, except for up at the siege level, where they have some pretty cool siege units.
They feel the most powerful dragons, one of the most powerful magic users. In addition, the rest of their roster is well-rounded and of high quality. Benefits for the martial progress ability.
Well, I'm going to ask you to pick by feel instead of doing a lot of murmuring, which is not stream friendly.
That is feeling. All right. Well, there are dinosaurs, so I guess
Okay.
I'm doing.
There's lots of different legendary lords too, so you can get kind of a different vibe depending
I
on what you
remember
want.
this guy.
So Mazda Mundi is like probably the most powerful wizard in the world.
All right.
So there's that. You can see there he has. You can see at the top right the starting army. So he's got an army composed of some pretty basic Saurus units, a Croxagore unit, and a great big dinosaur. A Bastillodon with a revivification crystal on it. That's pretty cool.
All right.
This guy is like the Saurus guy.
Okay.
So it's helpful to think of the Lizardmen basically as being split into two groups. There's the Sauruses, which look like this dude, is basically like, what you think when you hear Lizardman. And then there's the Skinks, the little guys. This dude is all in on Sauruses all the time.
All right, that might be a good one. Let's see. Oh, look at his frills! What a sweetie.
So Tenhoen, Saurus infantry do not respect him, and so he has to pay them extra. But you can see he's compensated with some more sort of monstrous units, some dinosaurs and stuff, fire-breathing salamanders that are pretty slick. Tic-Tac-Toe is the flying unit guy. So he makes sure your pteranodons and stuff more effective.
All right.
And yeah, some of them have real goofy names. Gorok is like tough. Gorok's whole thing is toughness. His armies are tougher. Unit mass and missile resistance up. Bonus barrier hit points for defending settlements. Just like very defensive. Hard to punch through. Nakai the Wanderer does not use the traditional settlement system. He's a wandering settlement basically.
Okay.
And he has his horde army, which is kind of cool.
You
can see he himself is a Croxagore, which is the step above a Saurus. He's like a 10-foot tall crocodile monster.
Yeah, I played with a horde faction when I was playing the Pharaoh game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite a different feel to the gameplay.
Yes, it is. You could definitely get yourself into some trouble if you're not careful. And Oxyotl is a skink-focused leader. He has got a lot of like stealth and movement speed type stuff. And of course some dinosaur support. Listen, they all got dinosaur support because the dinosaur units are fun and cool and everybody wants to use them. You got any particular attachment to any of these?
Okay, so I think I'm leaning to either Crockgar
Sure.
or Tic-Tac-Toe.
I don't know if it's interesting to you at all, but if you click the map button in the top right, you get to see where they start. So he starts down in the. These two start pretty close together, actually, down in that southern desert region.
Lore.
Do not try to read all the lore right now, please. We'll talk about the lore a little bit, but
Uh, here's my big problem.
yeah.
It seems like all these are dudes and none of them are ladies.
I don't know. You know, lizard
There's a
men
lot of
have
he's and hims in the.
lizard men have spawning pools. I don't know that they have gender in the classical sense. I'm not actually sure about that. If you want armies that have ladies in them, there are armies that have ladies in them. But
I do, but I want armies that have dinosaurs in them though is the thing. So I think I'm
ladies and dinosaurs is a tough. It's a tough sell.
okay. So let me. I'm trying to narrow it down. I'm sorry. So upkeep is less for armies led by Saurus.
A certain kind of lord, yeah, the Saurus. He's focused in on all the Saurus units and the Saurus heroes and the Saurus lords, and
All right, and then
this guy likes the flying units. All of your skink heroes will start with their flying unit. They don't have to level up to it. All your flying units have the ability to drop bombs at extra time. It's a little micro intensive, you know. You got to be constantly switching units to take advantage of the bombing ability.
I don't have that much attention, so
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Krokgar.
All right, this probably fits. So his ambush success chance is higher. He has a bonus to ambush success chance, and Saurus units. I don't want to undersell their complexity, but they really do excel at the just run into the enemy and smash them style of combat.
Okay.
Cat says in chat, lizardmen probably do not have gender. They're basically clone troops. Yeah, they have their whole system of reproduction is non-sexual, so. The fact that they're called lizard men and referred to as by he's and hims is probably mostly the result of the Empire not knowing how to.
Okay.
So in the farthest southern reaches of the world, beyond the haunted tomb cities of Nehekara, is a land of unspoiled jungle and swamp, once isolated from the world for uncounted centuries. That's where you live.
Okay.
There's bad guys, they're doing evil stuff, and you gotta smash them real bad with a big weapon and feed them to a dinosaur.
Smash them real bad.
There's not a lot of moral ambiguity to the actions of the lizard men. It is pretty straightforward. As the Graven the Red in chat says, lizard men do not have gender or sex like orcs, but I'm going to counter and say that if you don't think Grimgor fucks, I don't know what to say to you. That's madness. That's a fun joke about language, Amabel.
Yeah.
Fun joke about language and the many ways that we use words. All right, the old man's gonna yammer at you some here. Nope, never mind. Krokgar would never listen to the old man. He says, "Death on those who oppose the great plan."
Oh, what difficulty are we playing? You already fixed this to like a normal Amabel difficulty and not a Samhain difficulty, right?
No, I didn't change anything. You can change stuff live, if you're worried about it. Yeah, if you hit escape.
No, I mean, well, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Progress through the campaign to unlock the devastating, powerful hero Lord Croak and his settlement crumbling powers. Construct geomantic web buildings across your provinces. Complete blessed spawnings.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, usually in... Okay.
So here's the deal. You have started not in control of a you've started in control of one settlement, the Golden Tower to the west. So if you will scroll over there real quick. Oh yeah, just
Okay.
click on it. So you can see it's part of a province that has 2 regions, the Golden Tower and Teotihuacan. And Teotihuacan is currently ruins, unoccupied by anybody, it would appear.
Okay. That's what I want to do.
So
Okay.
theoretically, you could just go over there and grab that. You have started in control of an army led by Krokgar, if you'll click on that. So you can see here, your units, Krokgar himself. You can move the camera around with the WASD, I believe.
Okay. Yes.
Oh yeah, you can see here your Lord Krokgar is a unit in the army, and then you also have a unit of 100 Sauruses with shields and spears, and other such units. There's some guys with clubs and shields. A Feral Stegodon, which is a Triceratops. They just give them different names. And a unit of Cold One Riders. So that is the Sauruses who are riding on the backs of giant Utah Raptors, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
And then your entire ranged corps is those 2 units of skinks there. They have javelins. They will throw a couple javelins during combat.
All right. And then,
The value of those javelin, if you mouse over the skinks, I know I'm telling you a lot here, but
Okay,
you can
no, it's
see
all right.
next to their missile strength, if you click on this unit so that you have it selected. Oh, never mind. Click is not, maybe. If you can mouse over the... I'm so used to doing this stuff that I don't know how to tell you to do it. I do it by, yeah.
Okay.
If you mouse over the little where it says missile strength, there's an icon next to the 16. The main value of these guys is not the damage they deal, but rather their javelins inflict this debuff on people.
Okay.
So you throw the javelins in to fuck up their stats, and then have the Sauruses engage with the enemy while their stats are all messed up.
Okay. All right.
One
so
downside to note on a lot of your units, if you'll click on your sources or something, you see where it says abilities on their unit card.
Yeah.
The leftmost ability. No, not that one. Sorry, over to the right one. Maybe I'm mistaken. A lot of your units have the ability to go into a sort of a rampage, and you lose control of them for a little while, where they just decide to fight forever. So sometimes, I think the blessed ones maybe don't do that. If you click on the other sources, no, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't have that anymore. Maybe it was changed. Maybe they never had it. Maybe I'm a fool.
I don't
Listen,
think that's likely.
it's a big game. There's a lot of stuff in it.
All right. I'm gonna go capture this thing.
Yeah, so before you move to do that though, in addition to your army, you have an agent on the map there, a hero.
Mm-hmm.
The littler dinosaur man next to you.
Yeah.
If you will, yeah.
All right.
See him there, Ratok.
Uh-huh.
You can leave Ratok to run around the map and do stuff. He is a skink priest, so he knows magic. You can also fold him into your army to make him a combat unit, and he can come with you on your adventures. And this really breaks down to do you want to have a wizard in your army, or do you want to have a scout on the map?
I'm fine with a scout right now.
Okay.
I think. All right.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
and move
so
over
they want me to.
Teotihuacan. Yeah, they'll give you some
And
basic quests. Oh,
one of those games where you right click to move.
yes, right click to move. And you can see it'll show you the path that he would take. Oh, trickery! It was not empty. Amabel, there are hundreds and hundreds of Skaven living in this settlement. Oh no! Whatever shall you do?
I mean, I guess fight them, but the fight doesn't look like it's super in my.
Hey, listen, you can't spell Pyrrhic victory without victory. You're not building siege equipment. They live in a big hole in the ground. Come on now.
All right.
Have at these fools. Can you
It's
believe?
been a long.
Can you believe these rat men thought they could just move into your ruins and take the place over?
Okay.
So bad news for you. They
Yeah.
do have I was exaggerating about that living in a hole in the ground thing. They do have walls and defenses.
Yeah, that's why I want to do siege stuff.
Yeah, we're not doing this. That's not necessary. Because you know what the good
Which
news
one of
is
us
for
is
you?
playing the game?
Because you know what the good news is for you?
What?
You have a stegodon. A stegodon's
Alright,
like a
yeah.
battering ram.
Okay.
The other good news for you is
So
that
these are
your
expendable meat shields with our leadership.
well, that's true of this game and Slave Singers, certainly. The other good news for you is that your individual combat units are so much better than theirs. I put a unit of Sauruses up against 10 units of Skaven Slaves. Easy. So, you're in the deployment phase right now. If you scroll up all the way, you'll get to the tactical map. This might help you.
Okay.
I know this is how you're used to looking at war games. So you can see they've got walls and towers and stuff. You got to deploy your troops first, and you have this green deployment area in which to do so. After you deploy, they will deploy. So wherever you put down, they're going to put guys on the relevant sections of the wall. So what do you think, Amabel?
Okay.
What's an approach?
So
They're going to be shooting
this
at
is
you
for
from towers wherever you put down. But
Gatehouse.
remember, your units are both extremely physically tough and shielded.
Okay.
So you're able to advance with your shields up and deflect a certain amount of their arrow fire.
Right. And I need to get to the key.
The ultimate goal here, if you wanted to win by control of the city, would be to take that building up there. Each of these little supply buildings inside, the ones that are marked with the crates, are linked to certain defense areas within the city. You can see those little red lines. So if they build up defenses, you can take over their stuff by grabbing those points.
Okay,
so what do you think with your wargaming expertise?
Yeah, I'm good at making them. I'm not good at playing them. Yeah, the place I want is here.
Yeah, that's where you're headed eventually.
So, I mean, it feels like just coming through here.
Okay.
And making a straight line for it. And I don't have that many units. So I don't want to do like everyone loves
or anything.
Everyone loves a fucking pincer, but like I think
you need a bodies for a pincer.
Yeah. So I think just like a straight through, like I can crash down these walls with my dinosaurs, I assume.
Well, you can put your dinosaur at the gate. Certainly, the walls themselves, the dinosaur won't be able to break through. Also, any melee unit carries siege ladders.
Okay. Yeah,
you can just run your melee units up the walls, basically.
I'm trying to breach here because another thing about this is that I have this wall here.
Yeah.
And so that's a whole flank I don't have to worry about.
You can turn the camera middle mouse and drag. That will probably be helpful to you.
Yeah.
All right, so grab your dudes and deploy them over here.
I'm looking. There's a whole little path over here as well.
There is.
I think I can just. Well, I can make. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna do this over here. So hang on. I want. Where is my man? Okay. So let's dinosaur over. Man, I always have trouble with this part. Like actually getting it to. Like, how do I grab the people again?
Well, you can just box select your whole army.
Okay, that's like left click and drag.
Yeah. Okay, you turn the camera while you're doing. Another way to do it is to click on the leftmost guy in your army on the bar. Nope. Okay, that's fine. You got him.
How do I move it?
Well,
Is it right click?
yep, right click to place them.
Okay, hang on. Let me get over.
So yeah, get them over here. And then you can make smaller scale adjustments.
Yeah. So let me start with my dinosaur. I want him just as close to the front as possible. You can just run for it.
Mm-hmm. Your spear riders basically won't be able to do anything until the gates open because they can't climb the walls. So yeah, they'll just kind of be behind the dinosaur.
All right. Let's give it some missile support on the way up. Then I got my big Sauruses.
Okay, I don't know if it's beneficial necessarily for you to individually place each. Like, you can select groups of units and you know. Yeah.
All right.
Like that.
Yeah, so we're doing leader leads from the front or stays alive. And I'm gonna opt for kind of the
if you look at Krukgar's stats, he's a lead from the front while staying alive kind of guy.
All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna put him right up here. All right. Now there's a way to make this a group.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Hit control and a number.
Oh, yep. Okay. Okay. And then can I give them orders before I start the battle, or do I just start battle and then I give them orders?
Start battle, then give orders.
Okay.
Probably not in this view. Yeah, you really want to be down here.
Pause is okay. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna start with these guys. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I wanna
And you want to attack the gate, right? Just click on the gate.
Okay. Get that started.
Well, you want the rest of your army just standing still while that's happening?
I was giving them room. Hang. Nope. No. I want them to keep. Okay.
Yep. Click on the gate and then maybe leave them alone.
Yeah, I was trying to click on the other group. Okay.
So,
Yes. Okay. Hang on. Let me.
you may want to move the camera so you can see what the hell you're doing. I'm going to contend to you that you do not know what enemy units you're clicking on.
Probably not.
Sweetie, can I hold on? Pause it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I take controls for a second?
Sure. Sure.
Okay, like, why not? Why not something like this?
Oh,
So you
those
can,
guys behind that
so you
wall.
can see what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
um, let's turn off the display of the unit cards. How do we do that? Oh, that panel we need. There's a button that gets rid of this thing. Well, we can just unselect units sometimes. So yeah, something like this would probably be a little bit better. You can
Okay.
see when you mouse over the towers, you can see the individual towers' area of fire. So by having
Okay.
your troops just stand back, you're just
Yeah. No,
subjecting yourself
that's a
to
problem.
fire for no reason.
Oh, okay.
Get aggressive. My advice to you is going to be to
Yeah.
get aggressive. You're playing in a way that I would describe as timid.
I'm trying to remember how this works because
Okay.
I stopped playing this uh the for a reason.
Well, you never played
And
this.
well, yeah. You're still going by the gate. All right.
Yeah.
The rest of you though.
Yeah, you are going to have to unpause the game for the units to actually move forward.
Right, but I'm trying to okay. That's still in the
So you can
here.
yeah. I would recommend to you with these melee units either put them in a position where they can't be shot or have them like actually just rush up the wall and fight the defenders on the wall.
All right, let's just see what we're okay. Okay, why aren't you doing okay?
And you can give orders while the battle is moving. You don't have to pause it every time you want to do something.
I prefer to pause it.
Okay. Oh, they're doing some kind of something. They got Skaven coming up from underground outside the walls behind your javelin units. Look at that.
Okay, well that's
That's a terrible
yeah.
idea for them, in my opinion.
Yeah, all right.
You
So we
can
can
punish them very badly. You can see they are already negatively affected by the morale penalty for faster and stronger enemies nearby. They came up terrified, and things are only going to get worse for them from here.
let me move this man here. Back up. The camera controls are so awkward.
They're really not. They're extremely good and smooth.
What is going on? What is going on here? Okay. Yeah, get that door. Are you attacking the door?
Yep, you can see it's going to take a while.
Okay.
Quite a
well,
while, in
have
fact.
other.
And in the
Okay,
meantime,
but
your skinks are getting fired on from the walls and stuff.
yeah. And those are just okay. I can't attack the tower. I can attack the tower. Okay.
No, you can't attack the tower with javelins. No.
This guy is javelining on
Yeah.
people, but are they actually doing it? There's a little bit of damage there, I guess so. Yeah, what if I... Okay, he's doing that. And what if this guy is also... Let's concentrate that fire. This is going on with the clan rats.
Yeah, you're spending
Okay,
a lot of time paused for a battle that's like extremely trivial. Is a thing I'm going to say. You might want to just get this rolling along.
All right.
Not to rush you or anything. Okay, so you've told your skinks to attack a unit that's inside the walls that they kind of can't see, and so they're running way up to
Okay.
get
I didn't
range.
know if they could just shoot over the walls.
They
Okay.
can, but they're running way up to get range because they're throwing javelins over a wall.
Do you have a better suggestion then?
Yes, as I keep saying, put some sword, run up that wall. Just get your sources up there.
Okay, I'm working on it.
Yeah, that. Click the wall. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It would be hard to overstate the amount of advantage that your sources will have in melee. So you just told those guys to attack the gate. You already have a unit assigned to climb that wall. They'll line up behind each other and
All right. Here's the thing. When I play a war game, it's on a piece of paper.
yeah.
There are counters with distinct hexes.
Yeah.
I do not need to try to do camera shenanigans.
I mean, I do feel like click where you want them to go is fairly intuitive.
It's not.
Well, that's not correct.
All right, let's just keep this.
Okay, so you see the orange bar underneath. The orange bar at the bottom of that set of 3 bars is their ammo. They really don't carry very many javelins, so they're gonna run out of ammo real quick.
All right, well then let me just.
That unit of Skaven who initially came up, are they are broken and running, but a new unit of Skaven has come up from underground.
Yeah. Okay. Where is that? Them there? Is that the one that's running?
Yep.
I don't see the undergrounds. Okay. So, javelin guys, let's just get you out of the way for a minute.
Well, you can see they did do some damage to that unit that's atop the wall, right? That Skaven unit's at like 2/3 health.
Oh, there's the other Skaven units. Okay.
Get Krukgar in there. He'll handle it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, that's a better idea.
Notice also that Krukgar has an ability.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Where are you guys at? Oh, get moving.
They're exactly where you told them to go. Alright, the sources are making ladder contact with the wall.
Krogar has an ability.
Bottom left. No, bottom left. Yep, here we go.
Augment. Stops rampage. Okay.
And it gives a leadership bonus. So if your units are freaking out, you can throw cold-blooded on them to sort of return their senses to them. Can be useful.
Okay.
But you can see now Krukgar made contact with that Skaven unit and they immediately broke and ran. Alright, your Stegodon has punched through that gate.
Okay, awesome. Let's get some guys through the hole.
Okay. The Stegodon would probably be a good...
Oh, yeah. Okay, hang on. Let me just... Everyone through the hole. And... you also through the hole. And then, Krukgar, when you get over here, so you can also go through the hole eventually. You guys are climbing.
So you can see the guys on the wall, the sources on the wall, immediately routing the enemy units on the wall. Because for real, sources are very, very good at fighting Skaven. The Stegodon should do a pretty good job, too. Robin says in chat, everyone through the hole. What is this? My typical Friday night?
Good for you, Robin.
Good for you. Skinks are not great frontline melee troops. They probably shouldn't be leading the charge. Look at this Stegodon, though.
All right.
The Stegodon's leading the charge. All right, you've taken control of that part of the wall now. The towers will no longer fire on you, so that's good.
Okay. And you guys just come in here as well.
They're trying.
And then Crockbar, you come in here. Everyone in.
Hey, zoom in on that Stegodon a little bit. Just kind of, let's just observe some combat. Stegodon's doing great work. The Skaven are not having fun. You don't need to, his leadership's fine.
I just wanted to cheer on the Stegodon.
Okay. So one thing that is going to kind of work against you here is that you are pouring through this like
a tiny hole,
tiny little hole in your units. You really want to get as many of your units in contact with their units as possible.
Yeah, it's actually very hard to look at and see.
Yeah. Your units that have gone over the wall can come down on this backside easily enough, which is helpful.
I'm telling them to do that.
Yep.
Okay.
And for the moment, you're going to have a hard time bringing your cavalry to bear because they can't get through the hole.
Yeah.
The other unit that you have up on the wall is just kind of sitting up there.
Oh, I thought I had both of them selected.
You can see. Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Whatever you do, don't pause. Okay, so you can see this is going to be a flank on that Skaven unit. They're going to fall apart pretty quickly under that pressure. You can see the morale bar decreasing already. The Stegodon by itself is occupying 3 entire Skaven units. And they are losing. So yeah, you can see the white bars on the Skaven units. Their leadership and morale not doing so hot here.
Yeah.
And as your guys continue to slay them, they are eventually going to break.
Yeah, I thought I was having people attacking, but they were just standing there. So I
mean, you're good now. Everybody's fighting as best they can. Again, a lot of people just can't make base contact with their enemies. You have a unit of Saurus spears. Okay, so you see those little circles on the Skaven? Oh, some of them throwing up. They do that when they panic. It's a little speed buff that they get. Okay, so your dinosaur is now rampaging. It will no longer respond to orders while it's in this state. It's just going to kill everything it can get its hands on. You can stop the rampage. But there's no particular reason to. Honestly, in this situation, the rampage is not detrimental because it should just be fighting whatever's close. And to be clear, the rampage is not like it's not like a berserk thing where it will attack friendly units. It just won't stop attacking or care about its own health while it's in a rampage state. Okay, so all of these enemy units are now fleeing. You can see they all have flags over their heads.
Yeah.
I would say that's basically it. You can
I
probably
can
just march yourself over to their command point and take over at this point.
Okay.
You can see these guys who ran off this way. Some of them are regrouping and intending to come forward again. So
Okay, where is it? There it is. Okay. Yeah. So let's just and just all go this way.
they've set up some temporary defenses, but I don't think it's going to be a big problem.
Here, let me get my spear riders on there.
Yep, immediately broke them again. They were like, "Oh no, wait, we were running away for a reason, right?" All right, healthy enemy infantry trying to rotate in, and here comes the Stegodon.
The Stegodon try to handle that. Actually, keep the cold ones nearby in case it needs support. Oh, I need my yeah. Why don't you move as well? No, they're still moving up there. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Help out the Stegodon.
Nobody likes to be charged in the flank, and especially not by dinosaurs. Yeah, the Stegodon and the Cold One Riders are doing a remarkable job over here.
All right.
When enough of the enemy units are defeated, they will just surrender, but they can be stubborn about that sort of thing sometimes.
Where are you going? I didn't tell you to go that way. Oh, okay. It might be better to go around this way. I see.
Yeah, you clicked behind a wall, and so they're pathing to behind the wall, the
Okay.
barricade.
Attack this barricade.
Stegodon could probably use a little bit of backup.
Yeah.
It's actually starting to get a little scared. Being so
Buddy, I'm
wounded.
sorry.
You have been very cavalier with it. And you kind of can be, because it is a Stegodon and they are Skaven. Krokgar is spending an awful lot of time not in melee, which is not a way that I would recommend that you handle him.
Oh, yeah.
He loves to
Alright,
punch. This is a unit of Skaven slingers.
Oh, Okay, hang on. All right, all right. Dinosaur, just chill out. You guys are taking care of this business. What? No, get in there, buddy. Buddy, get in there. No, get in. Okay, no, they're on their way.
They're going. They're doing
Okay.
what they can do. It takes time to travel.
Get in there.
You can play the battle at a higher speed. I think they've destroyed that barricade.
Okay, well then get through. Yeah, all my people over here get through to up there.
So our spears are making contact with those Skaven and immediately breaking them. Yeah, you can see these units over here are wavering. Yeah, that's the surrender.
Okay.
They don't have enough fighters anywhere on the field to continue the battle. Hey, a close victory. That's better than the
Pyrrhic. Yeah.
better than the Pyrrhic victory that the auto resolver was offering you. I'm going to be gentle and say that that's not, I think, the best victory you could have managed, but it is certainly a big victory.
I tell you, the three-dimensional thing makes it really difficult for me to navigate and see who's doing what and keep track of what's going on.
You took 207 losses. They took 1,423. And your losses were almost entirely skinks. You can see the individual the individual units of sources. The unit of sources that got up on the wall first killed 379 enemies. Just chomping through those Skaven. They put their slingers up on the walls, right? So that they could fire projectiles down at you.
Also,
Skaven slave slingers might be the worst melee combat unit in the game. I think Bretonnian peasants probably fight a little bit better than Skaven slave slingers.
Also, I will note, I'm doing this on whatever difficulty level you had set.
Yeah, the grown-up difficulty for grown-ups.
Where previously I've only played the Pharaoh game on the easy or normal difficulty.
I know it is a lot. I know.
So like I think I did pretty well.
You did do pretty well.
For that.
Again, you beat the auto resolver. You did better than the game was expecting from that battle. I'm haranguing you gently.
What does
with
chat
love.
think? What does chat think? You're supposed to be monitoring the chat.
Well, Robin says, you should have seen me in my first Total War battle. I managed to lose Rome's finest to some rabble and their dogs.
I gained some ranks.
Silas says, great job. All right, you've captured this settlement. You definitely want to occupy this. This is your ancestral home. Congratulations.
All right.
You got some money and a blood statuette of spite, which is something. I don't know what that is.
All right. Ability blood statuette of spite.
Okay, it gives you a direct damage spell. 2 charges of a damage spell. And the attribute causes fear, but I believe that is already true of your characters. I think the Saurus characters do cause fear naturally. So we've met Clan Mordkin in battle and embarrassed them terribly. We've gained control of the entire Golden Pass now. You control all of the regions in it. That's great news. Here's your statue. And you've unlocked the Rite of Sotek.
Okay.
Next thing they suggest you do, maybe get another province. Why not? Sounds like a good idea to me.
Let's see what's going on with this.
Okay. We can start there.
Town.
So you've got the basic settlement structure, right?
Yeah.
Buildings in the settlement can only be of a level equal to or lower than the main settlement structure. So if you want to get better buildings, you have to upgrade the main settlement building,
Right.
which will take time. Take time for the population to grow, and also will take a considerable amount of money.
Okay.
Your starting settlement at the Golden Tower, you can see that's already level 2, so you can have level 2 buildings there, like the level 2 melee building, and it has another open slot. There's some kind of unique structure. That category on the far left there is what are called landmarks. The Golden Tower of the Gods, 600 raw income. That is a hell of a lot for one structure. Big bonuses to control and research rate. Wow, that's a really good building.
Yeah,
It's
I think I'll get
expensive,
this
but it'll
started.
pay itself off pretty quickly.
All right, again, this started.
So you can tell that a settlement will have a landmark if it has that little like obelisk symbol to the right of its scroll on the map there. Yeah, your walls are all fucked up because somebody punched a big hole in the door on their way in. So you're fixing it. It'll get repaired naturally over time.
Okay.
Skaven corruption is falling because you killed all the Skaven in the area. If you that little yellow box there with the dash in it, yeah. Now that you own
Those
the
are
whole
the commandments.
Yeah, now that you own the whole province, you can issue one of these commandments over it, so you can increase research rate or growth. My recommendation would be the bottom one, because growth is very important to leveling up your structures. But
All right. So, I have.
And you can see that you've got one building in Teotihuacan already. That looks to me like it's probably a growth building.
Okay.
Do you see it? Nope, the other one. Yeah, growth, and it's increasing the casualty replenishment rate of armies in the province. This is the right building to have in this place, I think.
Okay.
So you just saw that Skaven can live in a settlement and have it appear as ruins until approached. So any or maybe all of these apparently empty settlements around you could be Skaven. They could be teeming with ratmen.
Okay.
You can see that settlement below the one you're currently mousing over has a resource to the right of its little climate bubble. So that's valuable. That's gold. So that might be a good direction to head.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing
the settlement up north of you, the Cursed Jungle. Looks like it has medicinal herbs or something. North of your army. Yeah, that one. See those like herbs. So that's something too. You'll just have to decide, but not this turn. This turn, your army's out of movement for this turn. You had a battle. You're
well, I'm trying to think of if I should do anything with my scout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should definitely do something with your scout.
The dwarves are here. These are dwarves.
Yep,
this might be more Skaven.
Dwarves. So if you mouse over the little face at the lower left of this settlement, you'll get an idea of their opinion of you. They don't like you generally, but they do love that you killed a bunch of ratmen.
So maybe they won't come invade me just yet. These guys, though, not.
Yeah, those two settlements to your lower left are orcish, and they are not fans.
All right, I think I'll. Let me get my Where's my scout at? There you are. There you are, buddy. Okay. Just gonna
scout and see what the situation is. So you can have him. You can right click on a settlement to have him check it and see if there are, in fact, Skaven in there. You can see it costs a small amount of gold. He can't quite reach it. He'll do it next turn. He can't quite reach it.
Okay. Unassigned skill points.
Yep. So Krokgar got a level up from that battle. I'm gonna just short circuit this a little bit and tell you to put it in Route Marcher.
Yep. No, I remember. I remember from our Let's Play. People know we did a Let's Play of this. Where Part Fork School,
Some of
where
them
you were
probably.
playing this? Yeah,
Praise
it
the
was a
goop from
fun
which we
time.
spawn. Okay, so you can see your army is replenishing, sitting there in the friendly settlement.
Yeah.
You can recruit new units by pressing the little flag down left.
Little flag.
That one.
Okay. Right. There's
So
global, and then
you have
there's
access
local
to local recruitment because you do have a recruitment building in this province. So you can get some more sources.
All right. So
Not that I'm saying skinks are worthless, but I would definitely recommend you recruit sources.
right. So it says more weapon strength, but this has.
So spear units generally good against large enemies, large meaning horse or bigger.
Okay.
Whereas these
I
club guys have
will.
better flat combat stats. They're a little bit better against infantry.
All right. I'll get a couple of these.
Yeah, as long as you're fighting Skaven, you should not expect to encounter a lot of large units. Skaven don't really have like horses. A Skaven army left to its own devices long enough will develop some monstrous units that are large, but we shouldn't be seeing those at this point in the campaign. And here's your technology tree. Yeah, you should be researching something. You can see here you have a lot of options that lead to a lot of options. There's a lot of different ways you could approach this. And on the left, you can see you have two sort of big types of tech. There's the Great Plan, and then there's cold-blooded technologies, which are more unit-focused. This is like if you're looking to improve your any particular group of units, this would be the way you do that. The Great Plan is more like strategic level concerns.
The thing is, here's the way in which the format in which we are playing this. I'm doing a little bit on a stream.
Yeah,
Is going to inform my decision because I'm not going to be as focused on. Oh, let's do
the long term.
The long term. Yeah. So, Tablet of Bees increases stuff. Okay, what gives me more dinosaurs?
No, none of this stuff gives you units. This is all improving units.
Okay.
You get your units from your buildings, which is like a separate tech tree that you will navigate by increasing the level of your structures.
And we'll start with this.
Okay.
All right, and then I should be able to just
top. No, of the bottom right circle, there are two buttons on the top and top right of it. So yeah, this is your rights button. If you click this, you can see you have access to some of these rights. The right of Sotek is the only one you can do right now. You can see what will unlock the other rights, but you don't have the money for the right of Sotek anyway. But you can see what it does. It causes attrition damage to enemies within your territory, increases your ambush success chance. It's like a defensive right. When the enemies are on the march in your lands, you perform the right of Sotek to make them sad.
Okay. And this one is Geometric Web.
So you can see there's a web of magical power that spans the world, and I believe winning your campaign will require you to strengthen the geomantic web by building special buildings in points of power. You're manipulating the ley lines and the focus of magic throughout the entire world. This is a long-term concern. You don't really need to worry about this right now. If you had objectives down there, you'll see.
Yeah, hang on. Let me
go to victory conditions. Destroy some stuff. I mean, it might be the case that Krokgar does not care about the ley lines. Yeah, Krokgar's just murder focused. That's fine. But increasing the power of the geomantic web will also increase the effectiveness of your province commandments. So that is a reason you might still worry about it.
Rune Lord.
Trying to make a deal with Thoric Ironbrow.
I just want him to fight.
It would be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to get a non-aggression pact. But right now, I mean, you can see if he'll do it.
Cast Casting the runes
Okay,
is
so that
thirsty
leftmost
work.
button is it. You can see he has -8 opinion of that. He will not take a deal unless his opinion of the deal is 0 or higher. So you would have to give him stuff to offset his -8. And you don't have enough stuff to give right now. I would just go ahead and... Nope, don't make demands of him. I would just close this.
Okay.
He's not gonna like that. You're gonna make an enemy.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna end my turn now.
Yeah.
Enter and enter num enter. What does num enter mean?
Enter on the numpad. It's a different key than enter next to
Holy
water.
shit! There's a whole okay.
The stuff that you have to learn, it blows my mind. I will say I don't.
96.
Yeah, there are 296 factions on the map.
Yep.
Most of them are quite tiny, and yeah, many of them will not survive the next 15 turns or so. Most of them are far away and will not. Many of them would never make contact with you.
So they're working on a Warhammer 40K Total War Warhammer. Am I right?
They are.
Are you excited for that?
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what they'll. I've never seen a Total War where ranged troops were the norm. Guns are common, you know.
I have a dumb question
I'm very
about
curious how that will feel.
40K.
Yeah.
Because it's space.
Yeah.
It's planets in space. So like,
Uh-huh.
is there a main planet where people fight, or is it just
No.
it's a different planet? Okay. Well, that seems like that would also very much change how they do their thing.
Maybe. You know, planets are just a strategic layer.
Yeah.
You seem unimpressed by my answer. I don't know what else to give you.
I'm not unimpressed. I'm just I'm absorbing the information.
They can't see the look on your face, the viewers, but I saw the look on your face. And it said to me that you're tired of my bullshit.
Cat says Empire did not exist to you. It barely ever ran, so may as well not have. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, no, I never played Total War Empire, for sure. The cat is pointing out that there is a Total War game that is far enough forward in the timeline of humanity that guns are common in it. But I never played that one.
Okay. So we're on turn 2.
Andrew Dunn says there are some Flashpoint planets, but Total War 40K is doing procedurally generated planets that you can travel between, which is a pretty big jump for Total War. And apparently one of their pals was consulted on the procedural generation. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. So yeah, if you want to scout this ruin, you should now be able to do so.
Okay.
If you select Ratok and have him do it.
I thought I did that. Okay.
It turns out there's a bunch of Skaven in there. It's a different faction of Skaven with whom you are not currently at war.
All right. Well,
And look at that, Ratok gained a level from scouting that out. Congratulations, Ratok.
Okay. Well, I don't want Rotok. Okay. I don't want Rotok getting
Why don't you deal with his level up real
murdered.
quick?
Okay.
Nope.
Hang on. Where is that?
Bottom left. There you go. So, if you want him to remain an agent on the map and just run around doing map stuff, this bottom line of options is what you should focus on. If you want to fold him into an army and have him do wizard stuff, then the top stuff is the top few lines are more important.
Enables flaming attacks.
So yeah, you can only take one minor blessing. When you pick one, it'll lock all the others. So you want to make sure you know what you're trying to do with the guy before you do that.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make him I can move the army to here, and they can join up together.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't read any of those other. You know, okay, that's fine.
What?
Well, you didn't read any of the other. You completely ignored the thing I said about the minor blessings.
No, I knew I was gonna pick one of them. I just don't know which one yet. But
Okay, well, you did click on one of them, so that.
yeah, the one enables flaming attacks,
Yeah,
so I can have fire.
yeah.
Okay, I did it.
Okay.
I want to do fire.
Okay, you know he's a wizard, right?
Yeah, so you do like fire wizard?
No, so flaming attacks. He's probably never going to attack. Why would you put your wizard in melee?
I misread the. I don't have an undo button.
You
All
did
right,
until you clicked the yes, I definitely want to lock in these changes button.
Okay, but I thought. Okay. Okay, I screwed up again.
You just got it's if only someone had suggested that you read the things.
All right.
So Krukgar's army is still healing. You took the damage very unevenly during that battle, so the injured units, like your Stegodon, is still missing quite a lot of its health. So it would probably prefer that you stay put for another turn.
Okay.
You can see how much health it's going to regain there in its bar.
Okay, where's... Let me select my...
What are you trying to do? Just,
Man, I'm just get him away.
Okay, well, you took an action with him, so he's done moving for the turn.
Okay, well, he might be dead. I don't know. All right. So let's check out my city here. Okay, I can't upgrade that yet. This is still doing this thing. So I think that's my turn.
Well, no, you should. So you finished recruiting those units that you were recruiting. You should recruit some more. If you're going to be sitting still in that settlement for another turn, you should use that time to
Okay,
recruit some
right.
more
Yeah,
units.
yeah.
What's going on with you? Like, you just click on the big fucking symbol that represents the army. Like you're trying to click up there. There's a huge blue circle. Just click on the huge blue circle.
Okay. I didn't realize that's what that was. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think I'm just kind of going all in on my warriors.
Yeah, it's perfectly reasonable. Picking up a unit of spears for some reason.
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't okay. I can't.
If you click on them here, you'll remove them from the queue. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I meant. All right, and then I'm gonna pass the turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allowed to end the turn this time. Okay.
Oh, listen, you're allowed to do whatever you want. Like make your wizard have a flaming punch. But I did say to read the other things before you locked one in. Some of them were a little more relevant than others.
I was. You know what? I'm not gonna defend it. I
Okay,
was thinking about it. I was thinking about it wrong, and that was a problem.
So you remember the dwarves? You had a positive reputation modifier with them for fighting Skaven.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time for people's opinions to adjust. So like he was at -10 trending toward 0. If you check on his opinion of you now, it will probably be a few points higher and you might be able to get that non-aggression pact or something. Or at least it might be you might be closer to that. According to Robin, backing you up says reading the other options is for cowards.
That's not. It wasn't coward. It was confusion. Okay. All right. So let's see how Krakar's doing now.
Mini Nukes Forever says, time to take the band nowhere's sage advice. Just fuck it up. I don't disagree. Honestly, I think it's fine to do it wrong. Like, you still learn stuff from doing it wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see the army's not at 100%. The Stegodon's still missing some health. One of those javelin units is missing some health. But your army's pretty healthy. And it's bigger now than it was. So, again, I will point out that this is another faction of Skaven with which you are not currently at war.
Yeah.
You have not defeated your previous enemy. You took a settlement from them, but they weren't eliminated. So it might behoove you to consider, instead of starting a new front, it might behoove you to consider where the rest of their stuff might be. And maybe try to finish your meal before you move on to a new meal.
Well, it might be up there.
They might be up there. There's certainly some kind of Skaven something going on up there. You can see that Skaven corruption indicator when you mouse over the cities.
Oh,
36 and rising. There is Skaven activity in these regions.
Okay. So let's get Radek away from there. Just hang out in the city for a minute. Okay. We got my golden tower of the gods. Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Still don't have the money here, but I'm getting money rapidly.
Yeah, it's not a matter of money, just it's also population. Right? You see the circle on the left of the upgrade there?
Okay.
You need 1 population surplus. And if you look at the growth area of the city tab over there.
Which one is that?
To the left. Left. Look more lefter.
Oh, this tab. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know what this means. One turn to get a guy.
Yeah, it means exactly what it says. You're mousing over it, and is see the growth is becoming population.
Okay.
And it will fill
I
up.
see.
The
That's
circle will
that's
fill
the
up,
thing, and then it'll turn to 1.
It's mostly full already. Yeah, so you need 1 more turn for that to turn into a point of population surplus, and you get population surplus faster if you get more growth, which is what that green building in Teotihuacan is doing. It's giving more growth.
Okay.
So, a piece of advice.
Yes.
Your units replenish faster if they're in friendly cities, but they still replenish some if they're just within friendly territory. You can see your movement range doesn't get you all the way to the Cursed Jungle this turn. If you stop while you're still on your side of the border, you'll still be able to reach it next turn, but you'll get a little bit more replenishment when you hit end turn in a second here.
Okay.
You see how there's still a little bit of yellow gain. You can see they're only up to -8, so they're still. Their opinion of you is adjusting slowly.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm just
Dwarves, what are you gonna do?
End the turn then, I think.
Yeah. By the way, I saw that face you made when I was like, "Hey, let me tell you how to move your army a little more carefully."
What face?
You were like, "Oh my god, one more thing? How could I possibly put up with your voice for one more second?"
I love your voice. It's my favorite voice.
Okay.
this is a complicated game,
It is.
you know,
It
and
is. There's a lot of stuff going on for sure.
I really felt as I started playing the Pharaoh one
Yeah.
when we were playing this one on the channel,
Hmm.
and I really fell in love with it, and then kind of fell out of love with it.
Yeah.
So it's there are a lot of things I find a little irritating and fiddly about it that apparently are very intuitive to you. So, or what are you doing?
That Skaven clan is mustering a new army in that region. Those motherfuckers. They're probably at war with somebody, but maybe they're just planning to invade you. Hard to say, hard to know.
I mean, it's cool that I'm on turn 4,
Yeah,
5,
4.
4. I mean, that's pretty good.
All right, you want to see if the cursed jungle is up for a fight? I mean, this has got to be the same clan, right?
Okay. How? Yeah, there we go.
Indeed, Clan
It is
Mordkin
Clan
and their tiny
Mordkin.
little garrison. And look at that. These guys are not tough. If I may,
Yeah.
the auto-resolver is offering you a decisive victory. This is not going to be a terribly interesting battle. You're just going to run at them and smash them.
Yeah.
I would take the auto-resolve here. Leftmost. Yeah. Look at that. You took some damage or whatever. You stole a Rampager standard. That's pretty cool. And then your army's going to move into the settlement.
Oh, I'm gonna occupy.
So you're going to be out of movement and you're going to take a turn to replenish anyway. So any losses that you took in that battle, you'll heal off just by naturally sitting in this settlement for a turn,
Okay,
probably.
Krakar has a situation.
Yep, click on your army. Yeah, you're going to heal up almost all the damage you took in that battle immediately. So
Okay.
this is another turn of sitting in a friendly settlement that you can use to recruit more bodies. I would keep growing that army until it's full size for sure.
Can he not go into the town?
No, what would that mean?
I don't know. I just want him to be safe.
I mean, he's pretty
feel-
safe.
I feel bad I screwed him up, so I want him to be safe.
he's pretty safe. Okay, so you can see here, the settlement that you're in, the province that you're in does not have that source recruitment building, but it looks like it does have an advanced skink recruitment building. There's some kind of skinks here that you couldn't recruit in the other spot. Red-crested skinks with great axes. Oh,
Okay.
I would just click the check mark at the bottom. Don't worry about this.
the check mark at the bottom.
Yeah. That was it's advice for a screen you're not looking at anymore, sweetie.
Okay. Let's...
So these red-crested skinks, you can see they're not very tough. 30 armor, not a ton of hit points, but they have poison on their melee attack, and their weapons. You see the little symbol next to their weapon strength. That indicates that their damage mostly ignores armor.
Okay. I was gonna try.
These are good, like, flanking troops. You got to protect them. You can't just run them into the front of your enemies because they'll die.
Right. Okay. There's jungle. Got this basic building going on.
Yep, and then that other building next to it is the skink building, which is the reason you have access to cooler skinks here.
Okay.
And if you were to level this up, it would give you access to even more cooler skinks.
All right. So let's look at my situation here. So this I can go up to this next level.
Yep, you have that point of
And
population now.
Probably should, so then I can.
Yep. So it'll
the
unlock
thing.
that other building slot there and allow you to upgrade buildings in this settlement up to level 2. And then you can see over there on the growth panel, you just spent your point of population surplus, and it'll be 2 turns till you get another one
Okay.
at your current level of growth.
Okay.
Krokgar leveled up from the battle.
Three
You're still
turns for that.
researching that. And you can see it says 3 turns on the little scroll there.
Right, Krokgar did level up. So let me
Okay, so very quickly, the yellow line stuff where it starts with predatory fighter increases his personal combat stats. The
Okay.
red line stuff gives increases to the troops following him. And the blue line gives you like strategic level improvements, like decreasing the cost of the army and stuff like that.
All right, I'm gonna go red because
Okay.
I think so. We've
Have
been
him
playing this
be a
for,
powerful leader.
yeah. Because I think we probably got like one more big fight ahead of us
Probably.
for this stream.
Yeah.
So I would like to. It's not how I'd be making decisions if we were
If
like
this was a
playing
thing we were
this, but-
necessarily going to play to the end.
All right. Hey, I fought some more Skaven. Or do you like me more?
Mouse over their opinion marker and see.
First we drink, then we talk.
Not 9. That's worse.
Yeah, it is. Mouse over their opinion marker and see what they're. Yeah, look at that. They're moving toward +3, but it's taken a while.
And they
They're
have a
just-
natural aversion to me. So
Yeah, they don't like lizardmen in general, but you're looking all right. You're killing Skaven, and every dwarf can get behind that. But it's going to take time.
Okay.
The opinion of a dwarf moves slowly.
So that's gonna be it for this turn. I don't have the fun. Yeah, I need a lot more
Okay.
funds for that
Yep.
stuff. There's a desire to try to touch all the things, you know.
Yeah, I can see that you have that. I would do that less. Personally. Ratok hasn't done anything this turn. He wants to act.
Well, he's not going to.
Okay. That feels a little wasteful. You want him to like at least accompany the army and try to scout ahead, or
All right. No, I just feel bad for him.
listen to him. He's filled with rage. He wants to work it out on somebody. Already, only 268 factions remain. We've lost nearly 30 of them. It's a harsh world. Wow. Okay, they're really dying off. It's a harsh world out there. Andra says, I think how much you get on with games like this is partly about how happy you are to fuck up and learn that way. We have had a conversation recently about a style of learning games that I have come to call getting mud in your teeth.
Yeah.
And Amabel and I just have a fundamental difference here in that I would rather do like a 60 or 70% good job at a thing that's too hard for me than do a very good job on a thing that's even slightly too easy. And she just does not. She's very much the opposite. She wants to do a perfect job at a thing.
I don't know if perfect's the right.
Well, put it the
feel-
way you would like to put it.
I feel like I am improving when I'm doing a thing better. You know, so having like a smaller goal that is doable and then working on repeating that even to get to that. Maybe not getting it perfect, but getting it better. You know, a good example of this is Hitman. I've still been playing Hitman off camera.
Yeah.
And I like to try to do a silent assassin when I'm doing it. I don't always get it the first few times,
Hmm.
but I work towards that and I repeat like a little run until I get it where I want it. And for you, I feel like you're not interested in iterating on getting better at that thing. You want the new thing.
Well, I want to
Or that's
explore the options. I don't. I do want to iterate on things and improve, but not before I feel like I have a grasp of. I will take a new option over getting better at an old option for sure.
Yeah. And I think another thing is not to dig too deep into it. Like I have a lot of history with failure and being punished for failure for things that are too hard. There's
Hmm.
particularly things where I don't feel like I'm competent or smart. And we've had that happen on this, and I'm sorry for that. Happen on the stream where I had like a little panic attack or something, and that's just my life doing its thing, right? And I'm working on that. I'm improving on that, but it does affect my ability to learn things that are more difficult. Like one thing
Hmm.
we've been doing, you and I, we've been playing this magical card game,
Yes, a card game about
and
spells and wizards and deck mastering.
and we've been doing a bunch of different sets, and I had to we had to come to the conclusion together that maybe 3-color sets are not for me right now because I'm still
Yeah.
developing that mastery of the 2-color sets,
Hmm.
which is all sets, I guess, to a degree.
Um,
Um,
I certainly would not say that because like the two color sets have a like, but the sets where it's normal for your deck to be two colors. You mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
W- I'm still developing that aptitude, so maybe 3-color is in the future, but it's much farther in the future, whereas you are so much more willing to just run and grab the thing.
Yeah.
And I really admire the hell out of that about you. Like, it's one of the things I find the most fascinating and compelling about you is how much you just want to jam everything, every challenge, every bit of art, everything as hard as you can, and how much love you have for that.
Yeah, like
I
you
love you
you are
so
you
fucking
are
much.
I love you too, sweetie. You are very like, let's do this set well until, I feel comfortable with it. Let's like learn the ins and outs of the thing. And I'm immediately like, ooh, let's go somewhere new and fall down and look stupid trying to figure out how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, so we haven't really talked about this. You have this spawning sequence resource. Up at the top of the screen, you can see next to your gold income.
Okay.
You currently have 50 sequence. If you were to raise or sack a settlement, you would get 100 more from this quest. And if you click on Krukgar's army, and then click on the middle button at the bottom, the circular one, yeah. This is how you would click on it. This is where you can cash in your spawning sequence for special versions of all the units that have higher base stats or something special about them.
Okay.
And you can see you're only allowed to have a certain number of each kind of thing at any given time.
Okay.
And regiments of renown come from leveling up your leader enough.
You want me to raise or sack a settlement? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll raise or sack the next one. But so I have a question. Is there any way to just see what all the buildings I have possible are, not necessarily for
Yes.
each place?
Yeah, click on
how
the
do I-
Cursed Jungle.
Okay.
And then in the bottom bar there, the middle button is the building browser.
Okay.
This is your tech tree of
So-
buildings. So red buildings, basic military. This a bit the red buildings and everything to the right of that are like more or less what's available in every structure. There's also that resource line of buildings that's available only here because this place has those herbs. And so you can see you can build, if you we'll mouse over one of those and read it. That enables you to build a building that lowers the recruitment cost of skinks and chameleon skinks and also gives you a trade good that you can use to trade with people who like you enough to actually do that. So the red buildings are your basic recruitment buildings. They get you your normal units. The purple buildings, the thing about red buildings is they mostly are fine to put in small settlements. They either only go up to level 3, or you can get most of their units at least from level 3 or lower, because small settlements are capped at level 3. The purple buildings are the fancy military buildings where the good payoffs are above level 3, and so you probably want mostly to put these in large settlements. So yeah, that's the big dinosaur building there, the taming pen.
All right, so
To the right of that, okay.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, to the right of that.
To the right of that, you have the defense category buildings, which give you structures that help if the city gets attacked or other similar things. Like if you see that middle one in defense is not directly about city defense, but it like improves the rate at which your heroes of evade enemy attacks and stuff. So defensive kind of themed. And then the ones to the right of that are the green ones are general infrastructure. That's where you'll find like your gold and your income and your growth and stuff like that.
Okay.
Strategic type improvements.
So in the Golden Pass, I don't have
You have to get the main
this
settlement
open
building
yet.
up to level 3 to unlock the last building slot. And as you can see, that will require 2 population surplus in the region plus 4,000 gold.
Okay, I'm almost there for the population surplus.
Well, you
but
almost
not
have a
for the-
point. You'll have to bank
right.
2 points.
Okay, right. Okay.
So it'll take a little longer.
Okay. It's a very gradualistic game,
Yes, absolutely.
which is I think definitely puts it in line with 4X games.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So this is another situation where you're not going to be able to move all the way to an enemy structure on this turn. So you can like stop just short of the county line, so to speak, to let your army get a little bit more replenishment before you move forth.
Okay.
I believe, yeah, the river is the border here. The maps generally tend to favor natural borders like that in places where they exist. Mini Nukes Forever says, SB, unrelated question. Has anyone ever suggested you could do audiobook reading? I don't know. I don't think so. It's very kind of you to say.
I mean, honestly, I was gonna say this, sweetheart. If I ever actually do more work on that RPG visual novel thing, I probably would just have you do all the voice work if you'd be okay with that. I think you'd be good. I think you're good at narrating. I think you're good at intonation. Like,
okay,
you
that's
always,
very sweet.
I always say you do such good character voices, and then you're like, no, I don't.
Well, I don't really do voices. Like, if you think about like somebody who actually does voice work, like I don't know, Bear Taffy or Matt Mercer or somebody, like they have different voices that they use, right? I don't have that level of dramatic range, I don't think, but I do sort of like intonation work, at least to separate the character, like the vibes of the characters a little bit.
Like, and they're very like you have like your gruff big monster voice.
Yeah.
And you have kind of like your normal voice. You have your work with children is actually quite good. Like I remember listening to your thing for
I remember you saying something about this when I was playing Beacon Pines.
Yes, but I'm thinking particularly about Trauma Teenagers in Space. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, yeah. I was a teenage exocolonist.
Yeah, like you did phenomenal work there. So like I don't know. I'm always asking you to do voice work for my videos.
So this is a good chance for Ratok is actually able to catch up with Krokgar because you're moving a little slower here. So you could fold him into that army, or you could just have him continue scouting ahead. He'll be able to check the settlements next turn. It looks like.
Yeah, he'll do that. 'Cause I did fuck him up pretty bad.
It's a really minor thing, sweetie. And the fact is, over a long enough campaign, it might even be not a bad play, because you can see eventually he gets to ride a Stegodon as a mount, and he would be giving the flaming attacks to the Stegodon. Personally, I would still probably keep him out of melee most of the time, but you absolutely could tech him a little bit more for melee.
So I could.
So yeah, there is this reset button. It removes them from the map for 3 turns. But
I mean, we're not.
It does
gonna,
allow them to. Yeah, I was not going to have
I
you
don't
do
think we're
that
doing
here,
3 more
'cause
turns.
you're not going to see 3 more turns. So.
All right. I think that's.
You can just go ahead and turn, sweetie. You really don't have to press every button every turn.
Okay. Good. -6. Nice. Okay.
Yep.
All right. We're getting there.
Okay.
Am I taking too long?
You are making each turn a lot longer than it needs to be, probably.
Lana the Witch says, I actually think you are very standout with your voice work, SB. Is one of the things that drew me to your channel in the first place.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. And I'm not trying to like.
You are so uncomfortable.
Yes, yes, I am. Direct compliments are hard to deal with. I am learning to stop arguing when people say nice things about me. So I'm just saying thank you all. It's very kind.
And I'm trying to help with that by getting the dirt in your teeth.
Okay, I don't think that really applies here, but all right. I see the. Okay, fine.
Compliment hard mode.
No, it is nice, and I appreciate that. Listen, if somebody wants to pay me for some voice work, I probably would not. Well, we'd have to see, but I might not turn that down. People try to pay me for all kinds of weird things.
You know what I thought was really good was your hot take, your video on how to play Caves of Cud, and the quality of your narration, the delivery of it, I thought was really good. The editing, everything. I was thinking
Is
about
that a hot take? Did people not like that?
I might not know what a hot take is.
Okay. All right, look at that. So you can see there's an army of that Skaven faction mustering in the Temple of Skulls. You can see the mode indicator above them. Nope, the green. Yeah, they're in the encampment stance, which enables access to the recruitment pool. So they're currently building up troops. See, I would go the other way, personally. I would check out the Temple of Skulls, because I think you got to stop that shit. You got to stomp them in their tracks.
Well, so I was thinking I would use my scout to check out the other one while my army was going over here.
Okay, can Krokgar reach that this turn?
That's a good question.
He cannot. He actually can't reach either of them this turn. He's moving too slow through the jungle.
Yeah, but there are 2. Is that 2 turns ahead?
No, so that is you have access to different army stances. If you go to the lower left, the green sort of shield-looking thing.
Right.
That outer line is how far you'll be able to move if you put your army into march mode, which is the top option. In march mode, your troops get tired and you can't initiate combats.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Let's move both all my.
I mean, if you want to check out the other, go ahead and do what you want to do with Ratok. You don't have to listen to me. Okay, so there's that's the situation.
It's like 2 armies.
Yeah, that Scrot is just outside the settlement. There's another army in the settlement. You can see from the fullness of the red bar next to the flag how many units are in the army.
The red bar next to the flag.
Yeah. Zoom in a little bit more. You see both of those flags have a big red bar next to them to the left of the big flag.
Oh, there. Oh, yes. Okay. So I would like to take care of Scrott's army first if I can.
So if you click on Feskett, your guy will have scouted some amount of his army. I mean, it looks like it's full of mostly very crappy units. If you mouse over these real quick, you can see there's a lot of Skaven slaves who have, if you stop and actually look at their stats, 12 melee attack, 10 defense, no armor. Like, these things are they're just meat. Clan rats are a little bit better, but not a lot. But you can see there's one more advanced unit there at the end. These Night Runners have a little bit more melee competence, and they are fast-moving, like sling units.
Okay.
So they have some technology.
Okay.
So there's a couple of different ways you could approach this. You could just do the thing you're about to do and barrel down the road, fucking full in the middle of the road, just screaming, "I'm Kroq-Gar and I'm here to fuck." And I'm not saying that that's wrong necessarily. However, a thing to consider, especially since Kroq-Gar is specialized in this, in that army mode selector, you could put yourself into ambush mode. Your army moves slower, but you're by default invisible on the map until somebody gets close enough to roll a check against you. And if people move into your zone of control while you're in ambush mode, you get to pounce them. You get to launch an ambush battle against them.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't I?
Now, I will say you are just moving down the middle of the road, and that's probably fine. You see it says that 100% above you. That's your chance of successfully launching an ambush battle. Your chance of launching a battle successfully will go up if you are in better terrain for hiding. So, like if you were to step off into the forests, you'd see the number go up.
Okay.
You might think, well, 100% is good enough, right? But it's 100% minus whatever their ambush defense is. So depending on how good they are at avoiding ambushes, it might... So yeah, if you want your guy to get better at learning spells, start with Harmonic Convergence. If you want him to get better at map actions, take stuff from the bottom row.
We'll put him...
Okay.
We'll need all the bodies we can get, and I still feel bad.
Lana the Witch says, "I am Kroq-Gar and I am here to gently spread magic goop." Just doesn't have the same ring to it. It's hard to scream that. It's hard to scream the word gently. It's not a very metal word for an approach. So, right now, theoretically, they don't see your army. And if they think you have left that settlement undefended, it might cause Feskett to run forward to try to take it. And if he runs forward to try to take it, he will become Kroq-Gar. And I think we can all hope for this outcome.
Yeah.
However, they might see through your ambush before they even get close enough. We'll see what happens. The system is kind of complicated. It involves a lot of checks and die rolls and a lot of systems that are not visible. So
yeah,
we just kind of have to see what happens.
This is one thing that makes it difficult for me to play these kinds of games in kind of a war game mode, because I'm used to the analog format where
you know all the rules.
You know all the rules.
Yeah.
The game doesn't run if you don't know all the rules. And in fact, knowing all the rules is how you
come
to understand it as a simulation, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is very different. You can sit down in a video game where you're not. Oh, he's moving. Okay. I don't know where the fuck he's going. So they saw through your ambush. You can see your army's not in ambush mode anymore. They saw through your ambush, and I think they're just scattering. I think they're scared.
I mean, I can just take that city,
which is funny, at least. Yes, you can indeed just walk over there and claim the Temple of Skulls. Kat asks in chat, does Krokgar just always have a 100% chance? I believe Krokgar has a plus 25 or 30% ambush chance modifier. So it's not always 100%, but it is increased. Yeah, you just want to take the temple.
All
Okay,
right, there's
so
still
this
some
is
people
this
here,
is a
but-
large settlement, so it does have more bodies, and you would not get an automatic decisive victory.
So I have a question.
Yes. Is the question about siege equipment?
No.
Okay.
So we do this fight. This
Yeah.
is like the last fight for our stream.
Probably. What's up?
Do you want to do the fight?
You
show
want
me how
you
it's
want me to
done?
do it? Okay. So
Yeah.
first of all, you have a banner that you've acquired here. We get to assign this banner to a unit. I'm going to give this banner to your riders. It is a charge bonus banner. So we're going to get extra stats when we charge people with the Coldwood Spear Riders. And yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and fight this for you. Let us see if we can perform it a little more aggressively. Now, it is not really analogous to the previous battle because thanks to all your recruitment, I have a lot more troops to play with than you did, obviously.
Yeah.
The defenders here have a couple of extra sling units that are actually like fairly capable, which was not true in the last battle, but we have twice as many Sauruses in our army. And that's going to come to bear for sure.
Silas says we have siege equipment. It's called a Stegodon.
True. That's why I didn't stop to build any. So each army has a certain amount of manpower based on the specific units that are in the army, and you can spend manpower. It takes a certain amount of manpower to like build a siege tower or a battering ram. It's a pretty simple system for constructing stuff. So I do think I'm going to do a split. I know you were mocking the concept of the pincer attack earlier, but I do think I'm going to.
I wasn't the pincer attack. I mean, from Canny on down has been like a huge part of military doctrine, and there is like it's extremely effective, but you need to have more than 5 guys to do it.
Yeah. So what I think what I'm going to do here is take advantage of the places where their tower coverage is thinnest. This little bit of wall has a gate in it, but there's only one tower oriented to fire on this area. And then over here, we can kind of get the same thing, right? Like this, people marching here might be able to take some fire from these towers, but I think, again, we have basically one tower and a door. So I'm going to split our forces over these two areas.
And I'll also say about pincer attacks is that they're very easy historically to fuck up.
Yes.
Because of the coordination that's required. You think about like the Battle of Germantown, like that was a disaster, and that was something that you often had with George Washington's battle plans. Is like, they always like, I'm gonna have 6 different columns converging at 3 different points, and like it never fucking worked.
And one thing that I've never seen a video game, a tactics game, try to model in any way is the impossibility of communication.
Yeah.
Right? Like no, I can issue flawless orders to all of my units no matter where they are at all times. And that is certainly not like if something goes wrong during my pincer attacks, I can compensate. Certainly not the case for George Washington.
What's really interesting about that is that while a lot of like war games generally suffer from this problem, the perfect information problem, the perfect control problem, but there are some that do try to model like the inability to communicate or the uncertainty or just not having control over a whole wing of your army because you're not there
yeah
for it. And I see that a lot more often. Maybe it's just my own ignorance of the space and the fact that you're not really super into like military stuff.
Yeah,
Um, I see that a lot more often in analog games. I'm thinking
sure.
of like there's a series of games that Ben Hall did, where you can issue commands at the start of the battle, and then you can sometimes try to change commands during a battle, but you may not get the communication there. You also have a lot of like refereed games, like in miniatures war games where you have 5 or 6 people on a team, and you have very limited communication between them. Or might even be playing on different maps, and you don't know where they are.
Sorry, it's the spear guys that I want to advance.
And
I said
and I
these
feel
units up
like
wrong.
video games give you so much more tools for something like that if you're okay with the players not having control. Like one thing I'm fascinated by in game design are wind-up games where you make all your decisions at the start, and then you see how they do with some randomness. You can't actually control everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like video games would be a really great tool for that. But I don't see it very often. But again, I'm not as
Yeah, you know, I keep saying, I've said many times at this point, oh, you should see Frozen Synapse, and then I keep not putting it on the list. But we should do some Frozen Synapse.
on the list, like for streams, or
Yeah, for
or...
ideas for
All right.
to actually do that on the channel. Oh, looks like they think they're going to be clever and bring in some rats.
It did not work previously.
Yeah, they're not gonna love the way this goes.
Robin says, play gratuitous space battles, Amabel.
Oh, sure.
And then Mini Nukes Forever says, players not having control is potentially massive fun loss. You'd have to be a legendary designer to make it work, I think. See, here's the problem.
I mean, I think it works.
Why the fuck are you considered as fun or not? This is a huge problem in game design. Everyone's concerned about it being fun and finding the fun, and I don't think that's necessary. It's
Yeah,
good sometimes.
people are less receptive to that idea in video games than they are in board games, and they're not even very receptive to it in board games. So
I don't know people play Dark Souls a lot.
yeah,
I mean,
people play JRPGs. Oh,
I mean, here's the thing I come back to a lot regarding games and game design and other art forms is like it's okay for other art forms to be fun. You know, like movies can be fun. This will be a fun movie, right? We see fun movies all the time.
sure,
But we don't demand that all movies be fun.
right. Right, there's room for a Midsummer, and in fact, there are people who will tell you that A Midsummer is a great film, one of the greatest, and I am, you know, not to put too fine a point on it, I am among those people, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that film is miserable. Oh, what a nightmare! So you can see I'm scaling the walls here. No delay. Source is right in. Krokgar's up there on the wall. Climbing walls does tire units. You can see he's exhausted already before he's even met combat, and
Yeah.
that's reducing all of his combat stats. He's still going to kick the shit out of every one of these clan rats. With
Awesome.
the statistical gap between their units and my units is so large that I am perfectly comfortable with this strategy. We're not sending everybody up. Not everybody's getting tired, but we're sending some people up to control the walls right away to start breaking down their units. The Stegodon is pushing this gate, and he's almost got it.
Kat says, Amabel, I'm afraid the reason we're concerned about finding the fun is simple capitalism because they are expensive to make. So we need people to say the game is fun, you should play it. I get that. I'm somewhat sympathetic to that. At the same
Yeah,
time,
and people being experimental with like whether a game should be fun or not is definitely something that you see sometimes in the indie space.
Yeah. You don't really see it in AAA space, and
Yeah.
that's. But I don't know if most AAA games need to exist. You Um, but yeah, I mean, it is capitalism. Like the reason for the attitude towards games is because like games as a form. We're talking about games generally, not just video games, not just RPGs, but all kinds of games and play. That's existed since the start of people. But
Yeah.
as far as games as an expressive art form that only really starts in the last 150 years, and that is in the age of mass production, of standardized production, of capitalism, and it does like infect all the things that drive creation in ways that are really frustrating, but that also have resulted in some interesting things. And it's a complicated subject. I mean, really, I think 95% of the videos I do, the video essays are like, why are games like this? Well, it's capitalism.
Yeah.
Um,
So you can see here, they made some. I made what I would consider to be kind of a weird decision. They actually opened this gate and ran some of their clan rats out to try to flank the Sauruses who are climbing the wall.
oh no, that's not right.
So we are currently engaged in a counter flank maneuver. You don't see that very often. Yeah, you can see the rats on the wall are losing horribly. They are being routed
Yeah.
by units that are pretty tired. The thing about these blessed Saurus warriors is they have perfect vigor. That's what the blessed trait does on the Sauruses. They just don't get tired, so they can climb the wall and lose nothing. We're definitely going to come down off of the wall and start murking people here. And on this side, the gate is ours, and they're not really bothering my dinosaur, so I might just go cap a point with it. Like, they don't want to fight the Stegodon, I get that, but you can't just let enemy units live in your city because they will take your capture point.
Mini Nukes Forever says, I loved Endgame absolutely because it was so much fun to watch. Harrowing game like Hellblade is still fun, but maybe good is a better description. I'm having a good time. It's intense. It's tasty. Yeah, I do like fun. People seem to think I don't like fun. I get this a lot myself.
Why would they get that?
It just because I'm always talking about how games don't have to be fun.
That
People
was
assume,
sarcasm.
oh, well then you don't want games to be fun. Like, no.
Sweet, I was doing a sardonic.
Okay.
I do understand where they would get that idea.
Okay. But I do like I do like things that are fun. I do like baubles. I do like things that are just entertaining, little thrill rides or ludic exercises. But just that can't be someone's entire diet of art and still be a well-rounded person. You're doing a much better job than I was.
Look
The
at
gates are yours.
Look at the numeric disparity on these walls and how badly all of their troops are doing. Okay, we took control of this supply point over here.
So, in your experience, is this accurate to rats? Are rats really bad at climbing up on walls?
Rats are super good at climbing on walls. To be clear, these rats are good at climbing on walls. The thing they're not good at is fighting.
Are rats not good at fighting?
And in my experience, rats are pretty bad fighters. Every rat I've ever had, always, they love to fight their brothers. They fight all the time. Not fight. They like wrestle. They wrestle for dominance. And they're horrible at it. They're all just so incredibly bad at it. So you can see here, like this unit of Saurus warriors is actually having more of a problem because they got up and they are tired and they're fighting tired. Whereas the unit of Blessed Source Warriors next to them has, more than twice as much HP because they're still fighting fresh. And in fact, I might withdraw the normal Saurus Warriors who went up the wall. I kept the other unit down and just had them run through the door after it got opened, and that was a better idea. I should not have had the non-blessed guys climb the wall.
We have a challenge to your statement that rats are not good at fighting. Have you ever given a rat a rattling gun?
That's a rattling gun. I don't know about like a Gatling gun, but for rat.
Yeah. Does it shoot rats?
No.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
No, it's not. Why would you want it to shoot rats? What on earth? All right, can these guys get their javelins up on the wall? I'm trying to lend a little poison support to my troops fighting on the wall here. And see, only some of them are smart enough to go. Like, some of these guys are trying to climb the wall. The door's open, kids. Fucking go this way. Some of you are smart enough to figure it out. Yeah, okay, look. So I issue the order again. Some of them. Sauruses, So
Now
my fast-moving cavalry units are deep striking the enemy right now. We're going all the way to their what's this called? Key building.
Yeah. The little red bar underneath the big bar, that's how much fight they have left in them.
The little red bar underneath the big bar, where?
There's a big bar at the top of the screen with some different bars on it, and underneath that in the center is a little bar.
So this is momentum.
Okay.
This is a passive increase to stats based on the status of the buildings and stuff.
All right.
So if we stop to take buildings, we get more stats for continuing the battle. I am not going to stop and take each building. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. You just want your bar to fill up green, and that means that you.
Okay, these guys need some help. These Saurus Warriors went over the wall. They're tired. But we can immediately break this Skaven unit by just approaching them from behind with other Sauruses.
Silas says, I agree it's important to have a well-rounded diet of art that isn't just pablum, but I also feel like with the horrors, I don't blame folks for needing more fun and escapism than normal. Absolutely, I don't blame folks for that either, and certainly there have been movies I've been meaning to see for a while. Like, I have a friend who really wants me to see Castration movie, and I'm not there for it right now. I can't. Can't do anything quite that challenging at this moment, so I get that.
Easy, they realized what I was doing, and they started trying to build a blockade, and they just didn't get it up in time. So we're past it already.
How are rats at building blockades?
Rats are pretty good builders. Rats are pretty good at making a little structure. All right, you guys withdraw.
Kiefer says, hi, wow, why lizards? Because I picked lizards. Mini Nukes Forever asked, what is pablum? I don't have a dictionary in front of me, but I feel like it's like...
It is a simple, sort of tasteless gruel, usually used in to make something, the metaphor of something being sort of unchallenging to the palate. Sort of a simple gray porridge, kind of.
Yeah.
So these poor guys obviously are...
They're not having a good time.
Yeah, the rats in most places are losing. We're starting to have some trouble up here on the wall. Like, they've rotated in so many fresh units that some of us are getting pretty weak. Oh, but we just captured their key building. That's completely crushed their morale, and that's the end of the battle. Yep.
Okay, we'll see how you did. Post victory.
You may call it a victory. I call it fortunate. So, in terms of raw losses, very similar actually. You can see the damage. My damage is mostly focused on my melee troops, whereas your damage was
Your
largely on
big
your
guy
support
didn't
troops.
do anything.
The Stegodon did not kill anybody. He busted down that gate and then he just ran inside and capped control points. So he doesn't have any kills, but he is the reason the battle ended.
Okay.
Right, him capturing the key building was the thing that broke everybody's morale.
Silas says, real talk, though, there's a Siege rework coming in 9.1 that includes a big pathfinding update.
I don't want us to skip over Mini Nukes Forever's message that it's a war by retrition, which is delightful.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so it's a different. I definitely focused a little bit differently there. I did not fight as many of the rats. And like I said, I definitely did some non-optimal maneuvers. I should not have moved any of the non-blessed sources up onto the wall. But it happened.
So we're going to raise this settlement so we get that little thing they're asking us.
We're going to sack it.
Okay.
I don't want to raise it because I want to take it over. But we will damage it badly.
But wasn't the goal... Isn't our goal to raise a settlement?
I thought it was sack or raise.
Okay, well, if it's sack, then just sack it.
Nick says in chat, Stegodon not a KDA player. That's right. Stegodon was focused on map objectives. KDA refers to the kill death assist ratio. In MOBAs, you know, some people are very fixated on fighting enemy characters and not so much on winning the damn game.
Okay.
So you can see when you sack a settlement, you take some money, your army gets some replenishment.
Mm-hmm. And the previous owner will like you a lot less.
True story.
That's a really cute way to say it.
That's true. They saw through the ambush. Well, you finished your thing. The right of ferocity is now available. We got our spawning sequence.
A raise or a sack, yeah. Okay.
So if you click on the rights there, you can see we've now opened up the right of ferocity, which causes a big gain in unit experience and post battle loot. It doesn't actually make you better at battles, but it does reward you for winning battles a lot more.
Okay. Can we be
So you see now the green arrow is double, so their opinion is improving faster because we've gained even more positive.
In these dark
May I
times,
hold on, can I have controls for a second here?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to see something. Because I know they've changed this a couple of times and I don't know how it works now. Can you just ride back into a place that you sacked on the same turn and occupy it? Yes, you can. Okay. And obviously the settlement is in worse shape for having been sacked. We have to repair the buildings. But I did want to do this. I'm going to roll the skink into the army. I'm going to take a couple of skill points on you real quick here.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of curious about something.
Okay.
So we're just going to... Yeah, Stegodon bonuses. I'm just going to resolve the turn real fast. It's a shame we don't... Because I spent so much money repairing and stuff, we don't quite have enough money for the Rite of Sotek. The Rite of Sotek would be funny because now these rats are in my territory. So... The attrition damage.
We do it next turn, though.
Well, I'm kind of considering canceling some of the repairs, honestly. If I cancel these repairs, no, it doesn't get us enough money back. I'd have to cancel both. It's probably not worth it. What I'm curious about is if they will attack us to try to get the settlement back. Because if they come at us with both armies, I think they still get embarrassed in the field. I think that will be a bad battle for them. But with our main settlement building damaged, I don't know if we get to do this as a defense. So you can see here from this little like set of crenellations on top of the city banner. This indicates that the city has walls.
Okay.
But I don't know if we get the benefit of the walled city defenses when the main settlement building is broken. I'm actually really curious if they did attack, what kind of battle it would be. Silas the Lunarch says, the rite of Sotek involves, I'm assuming this in the lore, involves summoning thousands of snakes to just hang out in your province, and that's what causes the attrition. That's fun. Lizard solidarity. Okay, no, they are too scared. They are too scared of Krokgar to even try to fight back. Okay, I think that that's probably approximately the stream. Amabel, what do you feel like you learned here?
I learned that I am bad at this game, and also it's a little too complicated for me, and I'm reminded of why I stopped playing the Pharaoh one. But I had a fun time with you, and
Fesket's going for the cursed jungle. What a monster.
No, you're not. Let's do the Rite of Sotek.
Okay, we'll throw down a Rite of Sotek real quick. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're going to phase 3.
I'm going to phase 3. Okay.
Kabam. Hey, look at that. So that was the stream for today. I hope everybody had a time. We have a thing that we have to get to. But before we do that, of course, we have phase 3 of the stream. The thing after the thing.
Yeah. Let me tell you something that I loved from this week.
So we talk about some things that we love, some things that we enjoyed this week, so that others may share in them. People can find things that they too may love. Share the good times, y'all. What do you got, Amabel?
I love Boosters, the new film from Boots Riley.
Yes, I Love Boosters is available on streaming and stuff. You can watch it from your home.
It's really expressive, and like it has a lot of real big swings, a lot of like surrealism in the service of making arguments and highlighting emotional resonances, and it is just wild where it goes, and it keeps going, and it does so like in a way that's really confident. Like there's been a couple of films that we've seen this year, they take like really big swings. I would say The Bride is another one, the Maggie Gyllenhaal film.
Mm-hmm.
And that one didn't always work.
Yeah.
This one works start to finish. Like, and this is something I really appreciate is ambition, but ambition that is delivered on. And I feel like that it does it in spades, and it's incredibly entertaining and thoughtful, and just what a wild, beautiful thing it is. And the colors, oh my God, there are such a saturation and such a bold use of color.
There are colors. There's no two ways about that.
It's just really marvelous. I mean, something I feel like film has lost as film has become more grounded in realism is just like the vibrancy of like gaudy Technicolor from like the 50s and 60s, and just the expressiveness that color can have if you really just are going to dial it up to 11 and use it. And I think this really uses it just incredibly effectively. So like I really adored that film.
Yeah, I liked it too. There are some elements of what I'm going to say is there are some elements of the dominant metaphor that I'm not sure that I understood. there's some things that I'm still sort of turning over in my head. I might benefit from a second watch. But I did enjoy it quite a lot. Can I tell you one thing that really annoys me?
What's that?
It's just sort of like tangential to this, just because of the thing I just said reminded me. I really find it very annoying and frustrating when somebody watches a film and they don't fully get it the first time and they act like that's a problem the movie's having rather than a problem that they're having. If this didn't come to me all the way, then that's a bad movie. I was watching some guys do like a, watch a movie for the first time and react to it thing. And I watched their video about Tenet because I was like, I would love to see a person react to Tenet for the first. Tenet's a complicated film. Tenet has some stuff in it that you may not fully grasp on the first time, and they didn't. They were not clear on the plot. They were confused about the plot, and they were like, "Yeah, that completely fucks up the movie. If I can't effortlessly understand it on the first go round, that's bad. It's bad movie making." And I was like, frustrating. The idea that you can't ever make a thing that's complicated enough to require some work on the part of the viewer, or that really bothers me. People are so eager to fucking prescribe the borders of what you're allowed to do with art. And I guess this is part and parcel of the conversation that we were having earlier about games having to be fun. It's like, why do so many people want things to be so narrow? Anyway, I love Boosters. It was
They've been
good.
taught to see them as products.
I love Boosters was good. It's a little high concept. And if you saw Boots Riley's previous movie, Sorry to Bother You, then it is high concept, I would say, in some of the same ways. But I think I Love Boosters goes further with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right. I think you can definitely see the sort of like the through line from Sorry to Bother You to I Am a Virgo to I Love Boosters. With sort of like the growth of the... You have. We watched it together. The TV series about the giant guy.
Oh, yeah. We saw... I didn't see the whole thing, but
No.
I saw some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no, I remember that now.
Yeah, because that was also Boots Riley.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Also, I'm going to tell the story. I'm going to tell the story.
Yeah.
Real quick. Since we've mentioned Sorry to Bother You, I'm going to tell the story about the time when I went to the theater to see Sorry to Bother You. We went in the middle of the day, and it was the young lady at the ticket counter was on her phone. There was nobody else buying tickets. It was a slow period intentionally. We went in the middle of the day, and so I walk up to her. She's like looking at her phone, and I approach and she looks up, and I'm not trying to be on your phone when it's slow at work. I think it's fine. I'm not trying to talk shit. She looks up at me, and I say, "Sorry to bother with you, please. Sorry to bother you, please." And she says, totally neutral, "No, it's fine." The fact that, because here's the thing, like, you could have that interaction where, like, you read the person as the customer as like snarky or something, right? But like, "Oh, geez, I'm sorry to pull you away from whatever you were doing." But this is one thing, my pre-transition energy is so fucking mousy and like non-confrontational that she couldn't even perceive that in what I was saying. It was like the only thing I could have been doing was apologizing. Right? Like legitimately apologizing. Devastating, just quietly, absolutely devastating interaction. I was thinking about it the whole way through the movie. I was like, that's really embarrassing for me. That sucks.
So do you have a thing to
I do.
recommend?
I do. You were starting to say another thing, and I apologize for interrupting.
I have another thing.
Yeah,
But
what's your thing?
I'm gonna alternate. So you go. You
Oh,
go
okay,
now.
we're alternating. I started watching this show, Deli Boys. I don't know if y'all have heard of Deli Boys,
I have not.
but it is a show. I don't know what it's on because I'm not watching it that way. It's a Hulu show. I've been watching Deli Boys, this Hulu show. I'm only a couple episodes into it, but I am really enjoying it. It is about a pair of brothers who their father was like a businessman, and he was one of these like American success story kind of things. Like he started with one deli, and then he invented a product that people loved, and he's spread. Now he's got 40 delis all throughout the state, and it's a multi-million-dollar business, and they're branching out into other things. And then the father suddenly dies. And when the father dies, it sort of like unravels a little bit of the sort of web of respect and silence that had been protecting the fact that the reason the business was so successful is that it's an organized crime front.
Oh,
Or at least
okay.
part of it. And so all of a sudden, these two brothers they're like, well, we're, they're both kind of fuck ups. And they're like, well, you know what? This is our call to like finally step up and take over the business. And they realize what they've gotten into after they've gotten into it.
Okay.
It's very funny. It is a comedy. And I'm just enjoying it tremendously. Mini Nukes Forever says delicious boys? No, deli boys, like a delicatessen. I'm having a lot of fun with it. What's your other thing?
So I've been listening to some more music lately. You played a lot for me from the Mountain Goats.
Sure.
Mountain Goats is good. Listen to the Mountain Goats. That's my other recommendation.
Yeah, there's a tremendous amount of great music going back over decades and decades at this point. John Darnielle does some good work.
It's mostly pretty sad though. So be that I've experienced. So please take care of yourselves as well.
Yeah, a lot of it is. Let's see here. What other people saying? Lana the Witch is mentioning common side effects. Oh, yeah. I've been meaning to get to that. By one of the animators and writers of Scavenger's Reign. It is an animated series. That is on my list. It does look very, very interesting. Robin says rewatched Shin Godzilla this week. Great monster movie. Arguably less fun even than the original. Yeah, Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla is great.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla is great. Cornflake says Delicious Boys is the Silence of the Lambs crossover. It's a fun joke. That's a fun joke. Cornflake says Tenet is complicated. Yeah, I think so. I think there's the way the plot lays over top of itself in several layers. The way it does the finger gesture thing. There's a reason that's the finger gesture. I think that's complicated and it's non-traditional enough that a lot of people are going to have difficulty picking it up. I think I pretty much understood it. I think I got it on the first go around, but I could certainly see how not everybody would. I know for a fact if I showed my mom that movie, she would not. We would have to talk about it afterward. She would not be clear on what had happened necessarily. Kat is suggesting the Magnificent Bastards album by the Dog Park Dissidents, a punk rock concept album with the story presented in a comic. So about a gay assassin couple forming a team of criminals to get rid of fossil fuel CEOs. That's a good concept. Silas says, I finished watching From with the wife, and it's overall a pretty solid horror mystery show. There's 4 seasons so far, and some very strong character work. Yeah, that's the show Harold Perrineau is on, right? That's something I've been meaning to get to as well. I was waiting for it to be finished because I heard that it is a mystery show that sometimes seems to what I heard is that it really sort of holds out its mysteries for a long time, and so I do kind of want to wait until I can just gun it. There's one more season coming, I think, right? Mini Nukes Forever recommends Dishonored 1 and 2, cheapo on Steam. Yeah, the Steam sale is happening. Yeah, those are good ass video games. Prey is probably pretty on sale too. I think Prey is like I'm gonna say this. I think that I'm gonna check real quick. Prey's gotta be on pretty deep sale, right? It's pretty old.
Yeah.
It's like 2018, right? It's almost a decade. Yeah, Prey's $6. Here's what I'm gonna say about Prey. This might come as this might sound a little out of line, but I think that Prey Moon Crash is maybe the best roguelite. Period.
Okay.
And I definitely think you have to play through all of Prey first. Both for story spoiler reasons and because like the way that it's iterating on the mechanics, like it will be more meaningful if you have played through the base game. And I do think that's not like a get through the bad season of Buffy kind of situation. Prey is also great. But Prey Moon Crash, I think, is like it's a phenomenal experience. It is a thing that people should experience, and I don't know how many people did because it is an expansion pack released later to a game that it seems like not a lot of people played. So that'd be a recommendation for me too. Prey is great. Prey Moon Crash is better. Mini Nukes Forever says Knives Out statement. Hey, listen, Knives Out's pretty good. All right, I think we gotta go. I think we gotta go say hi to my mom. Okay. So, we're gonna do that. Thank you all so much for watching. Well, this is what we're doing. We're going to my mom's place.
It is. But I am probably gonna tell her we're trying to have a baby.
Please don't do that. My mom is adorable. She's a kind person. She's a smart person. My mom, I would say my mom is smarter than most people, but there is something about her where she just fucking like queerness is such an eternal mystery. Her sensory receptors are shaped wrong and queerness particles can't enter them. And it's just like she just misses it. No matter how much you put it in front of her, she misses it. And if you make like queer jokes, it's just like she's baffled. She's absolutely baffled. Not in a bigoted way or anything, you know, she's like incredibly supportive, but she just doesn't understand, and that's fine. She's like fine with it, but she really just fundamentally doesn't understand in a way that I've never seen before or since in anyone else. What's harder for your mom to see, the plot of Tenet or queerness in any movie? It's going to be the queerness. Because at least in Tenet, she will know that there was something happening that she didn't get. She literally, like, I had her watch Bit, and she did not get that the protagonist was trans, nor did she get that there was any lesbianism occurring in the movie, despite the fact that two female characters make out on screen and then are shown, you know, waking up next to each other in their underwear, and, like, it's crazy.
Amazing. It's a beautiful.
Cornflake says, "Is your mom an archaeologist?" and makes reference to the "they were roommates" meme. And yeah, that's like 100%. But I think a lot of archaeologists are doing it. They're concealing something, and my mom would do it because she literally does not understand. Crazy. Watch Bit. That's also a recommendation. Bit is it's you know there are things. Bit is not a perfect film. There are things about it that are a little clunky here and there, but I will say that I do think Bit has a perfect sequence in it There's a
Yeah.
flashback that occurs in the middle of the movie to the character Duke's past, and it's perfect. It's just it's exactly right. They did it as correctly as they possibly could have, and I think that is something that most movies cannot say. So that's something. Anyway, we're going. We're leaving. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. There's going to be more streams. There's going to be more videos. I am going to be changing some things about my work pipeline in a pretty major way over the next week or two. And so apologies. There might be some technical hiccups and stuff as that happens. I am trying to vacate Windows entirely and move to Linux. So apologies for the ways in which that makes things weird as I learn how to use Linux. But I have verified that I can recreate my production pipeline and stuff on the version of Linux that I'm looking at and stuff. So it's gonna be a whole thing. I see hearts in the chat. I see emoticons occurring. So yeah. So come back for videos made in Linux and a no stream next week, of course. And go forth into the world, bring the love with you because it's in short supply out there these days. And then when you find the things that are drawn to you because of all the love you brought, bring them back to us and tell us about them. And we'll see you then.